Hello and welcome. My name is Thomas Cooper. I'm a commercial relationship manager at Wells Fargo Bank, and I'm here today with my friends at King Capital Commercial Real Estate for this week's episode of Wisdom Wednesdays. Today we will be talking about the top 3 things that lenders look at when evaluating commercial real estate loans. The number one most important thing that lenders look at is cash flow. Most conventional lenders are cash flow lenders. The traditional way of looking at cash flow is debt service coverage. Debt service coverage is the ratio of cash flow that's being generated on the property to the loan payments that are being made on the property. The traditional rule of thumb for debt service coverage is that cash flow should be 1.25 times the debt service on the property. The higher, the better. The second way that cash flow can be evaluated that's increasing in popularity among bankers, especially on investor real estate deals, is debt yield. Debt yield is the ratio of cash flow to the loan balance. A good rule of thumb is that debt yield should be 10%, meaning that the cash flow on the property should be at least 10% of the outstanding loan balance of the debt. Rollover risk is also something that we're going to look at when evaluating cash flow. We're going to look at the remaining term and strength of the leases to ensure that the cash flow is going to continue into the future. The second piece that lenders are going to evaluate is the collateral. The important ratio to remember when it comes to collateral is loan to value. A good rule of thumb for loan to value is 75%, meaning that the maximum value of the loan should be no more than 75% the appraised value of the property. Now, one thing to remember when it comes to loan to value is that different lenders have different risk appetites, and it does depend on the type of asset. For example, in the beginning of COVID, many lenders were not lending at all on retail and hospitality, or we're doing a maximum loan to value of 50% on those types of assets. Other types of real estate due diligence may include environmental, flood, title, insurance, deferred maintenance, and area demographics. The third thing that lenders look at is secondary support. Typically, secondary support takes the form of sponsor and guarantor support. We will look at liquidity to make sure that post-close liquidity is somewhere around 10% of the total loan balance. The second thing we will look at is overall guarantor real estate portfolio. We will look at the debt service coverage, the debt yield, and the loan to value of the overall portfolio to ensure that there are assets and cash flow in a worst case scenario to help cover the debt. So to recap this week's episode of Wisdom Wednesdays, we talked about the top 3 things that commercial lenders look at when evaluating commercial real estate loans. We talked about cash flow, collateral, and secondary support. Again, my name is Thomas Cooper, Commercial Relationship Manager at Wells Fargo Bank. If you have any additional questions, please see my contact info below. Thank you and have a good day.